How's it going, guys? Now today I just want to talk about Monster Hunter Wilds, and I know everybody is going crazy about that fucking Monster Hunter Wilds trailer, and it's because it is actually really fucking crazy how they just dropped that shit in state of play. And I was on my couch eating some fucking chocolate, and glory and behold, I just saw Monster Hunter Wilds in the YouTube tab, and I was unprepared actually, because I want to do a live reaction, but there it goes. I was too jolly. I was a bit too joyful that I clicked on the video and start fucking watching it, not realizing how I needed to fucking actually react to it. Anyways, I'm pretty sure you guys already seen it, and you guys probably also seen a bunch of videos or speculation about Monster Hunter Wilds in general, about like focus mode and all sorts of bullshit like that. But yeah, I thought those were fucking amazing, and don't get me wrong, I'm not against it, you know, but I want to talk about something different. I don't want to talk about those generic things that you saw on the trailer, but I want to talk about something very interesting to me, because I noticed that Monster Hunter Wilds actually takes place either before World or during World, because I want to talk about how I don't think this is Monster Hunter World 2, because a lot of people already speculated that this is not Monster Hunter World 2, this is basically just Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate 2, and it is basically that. I just want to talk about how Monster Hunter Wilds is taking in the same place as World is happening. Now, there's actually no definite information about this, so I'm just blabbering and saying whatever the fuck I want, but here I am talking about Monster Hunter Wilds, and where does Monster Hunter Wilds takes place in terms of the timeline of World of Monster Hunter, not Monster Hunter World. I fucking using World. I'm never using World ever again. Anyway, it confuses and it tangles up all the wording if you say World of Monster Hunter and then now Monster Hunter World, you know. Anyway, some bullshit like. Anyway, Monster Hunter Wilds, I think, is taking in the same place as World is happening, because I just want to provide the context of what Aiden looks like before World. Now, before World, he looks like this, right? Like in the movie, he looks like a goofy ass motherfucker, right? Like he's a youngster, right? And he looks like this, right? He's a slick boy, but he's a little bit clumsy because he's still a rookie, right? He's a new hunter. He doesn't know shit, right? And he's very young looking. Like, you can see all these features, which is his face and his hair, and mostly his face. You can just notice it in his face, but if you take a closer look what he looks like in World 4 Ultimate takes place several years or maybe even more before World, because this is what he looks like. This is from the movie, by the way, but this is what he looks like in the World. Apparently this is the time where during Zora Magdaros was happening and all sorts of introduction shit on World. This was on the Legend of the Guild, and this is what he looks like. Now, if you have eyes and can see, you will notice a drastic difference between this fucking stupid low definition picture versus this, right? And you will see that he has grown, right? It's just part of the whole human system, right? We grow, right? But if we take this to this, it's grown, right? But if we transfer that to Ace Lancer at the same time that Ace Cadet was growing, this is what he looks like, and this is what he looks like now, right? So I think this is a time where, just in my opinion though, and my speculation, that when World was happening, Ace Lancer was on his own mission. He was on his own quest, on his own shit. Maybe he even went to a higher up, so he doesn't need to hunt anymore, but we don't know, because he's saying that he selected us to do this expedition, so he's not going entirely. Maybe I'm wrong, but he's commanding us to do the expedition. No, maybe he's ranked up, or he was higher up in the fucking whatever the fuck system guild have, but he he obviously grew, right? He obviously grew, and I think while Ace Cadet is doing the world shit, he was promoted into being something that was able to give us command to be the lead hunter of the expedition, which makes sense, and I don't think it's far off, because if you say this is after world, I think he would have been gray and old and fucking, I don't know. We don't know if his knees are still working, but it looks like he's still standing up. So he should be doing pretty fine. He's just growing a little bit of beard here and there. Overall, this is the same time as World is happening, and that's basically I want to get across there. Is because while Ace Cadet is doing whatever the fuck he's doing at World, Ace Lancer is doing his own quest, which is what used to be this to being this. And I just want to connect that part because Ace Lancer is a very interesting character, and he was introduced in 4 Ultimate, as you guys know. And there's this particular cutscene that really struck out to me, which is the Seregios cutscene. Now here is the cutscene, and I just want to show it to you guys. I'm gonna shut the fuck up here for a second. Now, as you guys can see, Ace Lancer have a really quite of a relationship with Seregios, and I don't know if that's the first encounter he has on Seregios, but he has some pretty good connection with Seregios. Now, I want to talk about Seregios because Seregios is very vague in terms of the information we got from Seregios, because it was described that he is from a far off land or some shit like that. He is not an actual monster in the ecosystem of 4 Ultimate. He is actually just a visitor. We don't know where he came from, and I want to connect that to Wilds because we actually don't know what the intentions of Ace Lancer with this mission, but all we know is we're guiding that kid to whoever we're saving or trying to get out of there, right? And there's just a really strong good connection about Seregios and the Ace Lancer, and that's what I want to get across actually about the Ace Lancer and Seregios, because Seregios is just a visitor from unknown land. It would be actually really cool to have Monster Hunter Wilds state that Seregios is actually from the Forbidden Lands, which makes sense for someone as dangerous as Seregios, because Seregios is an invasive species, but it was grouped with a flagship, so it's not grouped with Devil Joe of being fucking invader and some bullshit like that. But he's actually in the set of the flagships, but he is also described as invasive due to his nature of trying to invade other lands and try to get food and do all sorts of fucking tomfoolery in Old World. And Seregios is a speedy type monster which can adapt to many types of environmental hazards, which can fit also in Monster Hunter Wilds with its own ecosystem dynamic changes with the weather and all sorts of dog shittery. Actually, it's not dog shittery, it's really fucking cool. So I wouldn't say it's dog shittery, but it's an aspect of Wilds that I think Seregios can naturally fit in because of his adaptability and his nature of being invasive. It is basically, the whole map is just basically for him. And it would be a shame to not see Seregios in this game, but that's basically all the connection that I want to point out there. And also, I just want to state the fact that for Ultimate flagship is Seregios, so it would also make sense, right? I think the focus here is for Ultimate and how this is for Ultimate 2, right? A lot of people says this is for Ultimate 2 due to the references that it all have, and it was shown to us that, hey, this Gemma girl got so many traits of the Caravaneer, the Smithy. We think it was Little Miss Forge, right? If we're connecting this to the age gap and the timeline where... Now, if we're going to look at this in the sense of having a Monster Hunter timeline, we can see that as Ace Lancer grows and as Ace Cadet grows, Little Miss Forge also grows, which is... A lot of people says this is Little Miss Forge. Because a lot of, if you could just watch Gaijin Hunter, he have all sorts of shit about all sorts of arrows. Like it's actually insane. It's kind of funny, the all sorts of arrows and shit. I feel like it's like ironic, but if you actually pay attention to the arrows, it actually makes sense. And there's a lot of connection, being that blonde and the hair tie and then the cute fucking stuffed toy. Oh, little cute. Kutku. I wish we got Kutku, please. Anyway, there's a lot of connection with Gemma to Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Even the Sandship boat is a very nostalgic scene because of its 4 Ultimate vibes and 3 Ultimate vibes, but mostly 4 Ultimate because as soon as you play 4 Ultimate or even 4, you are instantly placed in a Sandship fighting Darren Moran because that's how the game starts and you have no choice. So. And it is a love letter to Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate fans and basically the people who started at Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. There's still a lot of connection, and basically the whole conclusion of this video is I just want to point out how I believe that Monster Hunter Wilds takes place at the same time that World is happening. It would be cool to have the ending of Wilds being connected to World, and for some reason, you know, two worlds collided, right? And it would be so cool, but it's very unlikely. So that's a little bit stretch, but I can get behind it. You know, I can get behind what I'm saying, and if it's wrong, feel free to fuck with me, you know. But yeah, that's my current state of what I think Monster Hunter Wilds takes place in, and not a lot of people talks about it because it's a small detail that a lot of people don't really look at. But as a Monster Hunter fucking geek myself, I look at this as a very important information because I think having a Monster Hunter definite timeline is what I want, right? Like I want to know when ancient civilization started and shit. But yeah, I'm just a really geek fucking Monster Hunter person. Yeah, I just want to talk about that, and thank you guys for watching. Comment down what you guys think because I want to have a really good discussion about this, and I don't know, this is just me. So peace out.